No, I'm saving it.
All right, go ahead and try again.
Yeah, so I'm going to skip through the top part and say, in fact, we want to know that you're with us. Say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from.
That's right. And don't forget to share photos of yourself attending this virtual event right here. You can post them directly to our Facebook event page or use the hashtag Zoobilee2020. And by the way, if you share your photos tonight, you may actually get to see them featured on this live stream.
Okay, so is this where, why does it say I'm walking stage left?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Zoobilee Re-Imagined 2020 Virtual Gala benefiting Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. We're just minutes away from our main program starting at 7 p.m. Pacific.
I'm glad you said Pacific because if you're on the East Coast, you've already seen it, in which case tonight was a huge success. But we don't want to spoil it. Just a reminder, there is a super silent auction with some amazing wine. That's going to close at 7:15 p.m. Pacific again, so look for the items labeled super silent. Those are the ones that are going to go away first, so prioritize that. If you haven't logged in yet to Greater Giving, we do need everybody to do that. That's how this is going to work tonight. So that's where you're going to bid on the silent items, the live auction, and where you will raise your paddle. Make sure you log in.
That's right, and here's what you do. You go to zoobilee2020.ggo.bid. And if you're there for the first time or if you're not logged in yet, just click on the button that says Get Started. If you're new, just create your profile, enter your credit card information, and you are ready to have fun.
And you'll know for sure if you've done it correctly because you're going to see your name right there on the main page. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us right there in the YouTube chat. I would give you Ron's number to text him, but that'll be distracting. So let's just do it in the YouTube chat. In fact, it's already live. We'd love for you to check in, say hi, let us know where you're watching from, who you're hanging out with.
That's right. And don't forget to share the photos of yourself attending our virtual event tonight. You can post them directly to our Facebook event page or use the hashtag Zoobilee2020. And by the way, if you share your photos tonight, you may actually get to see them featured on this live stream.
It's going to go right to their head. Thanks so much for being here. Keep the bidding on the super silent auction going. That's going to close again at 7:15, just minutes from now. We'll see you live officially with our main show at 7 o'clock straight up. See you soon.
Well, welcome everybody to the first ever virtual gala benefiting Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium in Tacoma. You made it. We're so glad you're here.
Yeah.
My name is Ron Hippie, and I'll be your auctioneer for the evening, alongside your MC, Mr. Chris Cashman. We are live, that's right, live here in studio, and we thank you for watching with us at home. We're here to support your Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. So by being here, you are connecting our community to animals and nature. You're providing our animal ambassadors with world-class care, and you're supporting exhibits, education programs, scientific research, conservation activities, and so much more. So thank you for what you are about to do.
And welcome to what I assume is about 30 million of you watching us right now on the Zoobilee television network. Thank you. We know it's online, but this is not the way we planned it, but we're so thrilled you're here. And by being here and supporting your zoo, you bid in the silent auction, the super silent auction, the live auction. That's how we're going to raise money. We're going to support our fur friends here today. All are open for bid right now, by the way. But first things first, the super silent. That's going to close at 7:15 p.m. So make that your first priority. Just look for the items. We have labeled them for your convenience. They will say super silent. Those are the ones going away first at 7:15 p.m. That includes a lot of amazing wines, some spirits that just opened up today. So get in there and look.
That's right. And if you're ready to start bidding or start donating, here's what I recommend. You watch the program on a bigger screen like a laptop or a smart TV so that you're not interrupted, and then grab a second screen like a phone or a tablet and go to zoobilee2020.ggo.bid.
That's my homepage.
That's right. You'll see Chris smiling right there. And if you're there for the first time, you just click Get Started.
I'd get one of those big inflatable screens, put that out in the neighborhood, make sure everybody knows. They could bid from their windows. We know things are different this year, but hopefully you've noticed the style points. Folks have been working very hard to present a very special evening tonight. We're going to keep it as fun as possible for those of you joining us from the comfort of your homes. Hopefully you got the slippers on or not even any shoes or socks at all. You choose. Some of you hanging out so safely, social distancing with some other folks. We're so thrilled that you're here. We won't let you down. Don't forget, you can share photos of yourself. In fact, we know you're attending the virtual event because you're watching right now. You can post your photos directly to our Facebook or event page there. Just use our hashtag and we can track it. Hashtag Zoobilee2020.
That's right. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube and you have any technical glitches like the audio and the video don't sync, here's a pro tip. Just refresh your YouTube browser and most problems will be magically fixed. Okay, hey, are we ready? Let's do this, Chris.
Yes, take a look. We're here supporting the zoo, so why not bring in Sarah Madison and her little friend named Siesta, who's very 2020. Isn't that the symbol of 2020? Just hanging out, just hanging in there.
That's right. That is what Siesta is best at, just hanging out. So she can be your mascot for this event for sure. And to help that out, she'll have some little treats here while we hang out and talk. So Siesta is a two-toed sloth. And sloths like this are found in the rainforests of South America, and they sleep a lot. And even when they are awake, they're not like out running marathons or anything. They're just kind of hanging out in the trees.
Now, is Siesta aware of the popularity around sloths? I mean, backpacks, t-shirts, bumper stickers, water bottles. Sloths are everywhere right now.
You know, she is a very easygoing sloth, so I think even if she is aware, she hasn't let it go to her head.
Now, I see you are baiting her a little bit with what looks like grapes.
Yes, grapes are one of her very favorite treats, so I hope everyone out there is enjoying some of your favorite snacks. But you know what? I brought something she likes even better, prunes.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
she can have mine. Ron, bring my prunes over here.
On the way. Here they come.
What do people not know about sloths? I mean, we know that they look cute and adorable and they hang out like that, and we know they move in slow motion. They're celebrated in kids' shows. Is there anything maybe we do not realize about sloths?
Well, sloths are really cool. For one thing, their hair grows differently than like a dog or a cat's. So you can see her fur is growing from her stomach down towards the ground. And that's really useful because she lives in the rainforest. So it rains all the time. If her hair grew or fur grew the normal way, then the water would go straight down to her skin and she'd get cold. But since her fur grows this way, the water just beads up and rolls right off.
Are they social? I mean, Siesta looks like we could come back in a week and she'd still be just hanging out right there eating grapes or prunes. Do they hang out with each other? Are they social?
Nope, they are pretty solitary, so she's had no issues with this quarantine whatsoever. 2020 is her kind of year, that's for sure. But she has been around people her whole entire life, so she's very comfortable with her handlers. That's why she's able to come out and do cool events like this.
Now, the burning question, is Siesta hanging upside down, or are we upside down to Siesta?
That is one of those philosophical questions for the ages, I think.
How much will she eat? I mean, we are fundraising for all of our animals. We know they don't take care of themselves. How big of a job is it looking after them?
Well, it's not really for her how much she eats, but she's very specific about what she eats. So every single day she gets a little bit of fruit salad, and that's actually kind of her dessert. But she also gets some squash, some green vegetables, root vegetables like carrots or yams, and we have to cut them up into French fry shapes and steam them, or else she won't eat them.
Wow.
She also gets a special chow that's just for animals that mostly eat leaves, like a sloth in the wild would eat. And to top it all off, she gets a little bit of tofu every single day.
Ooh.
So the veterinarians help to design that meal so that she can be nice and healthy, and she is, fit as a fiddle.
Now, you said she is a two-toed sloth. Who does she not get along with? Who does she have to worry about in life?
So sloths in the rainforest are actually fairly safe from predators because they will grow algae in their fur, which gives them those kind of green and brown patches. So they just blend right in with the rainforest. But there are a few animals that will sometimes spot them. Harpy eagles will swoop down from above to find a sloth. Jaguars might be able to spot them from below. But they're very good at holding on tight. So it's really hard to rip a reluctant sloth out of the trees. So they actually just kind of hang out in the rainforest, moving very slowly from tree to tree to eat leaves. If they sense a predator nearby, they just stop moving and they blend in. They're kind of like the ninjas of the rainforest.
Now, I know our younger viewers are watching going, Mom and Dad, I've got it. I know what I want for the holidays. Why would they not make great pets?
Sloths would make terrible pets. For one thing, we have a whole crew of people we're all just here to take care of her. So making those amazing diets every day, being able to make sure that she stays healthy. It's not something that your average person has the time or the expertise to do. It takes a whole team to take really good care of a sloth. Plus, they're not gonna want to just hang out and let you pet them and cuddle. They're not gonna want to sit and watch TV with you like your dog or your cat might want to. So definitely not a good choice as a pet. Wild animals belong at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium or out in the wild and not in your house.
What about your relationship with Siesta? Does she recognize you? I mean, do you have any sort of an interaction that way to where you go in to say hi? And
well, that's a really tough question to answer because it's like, how would you recognize that she's recognizing me?
Might recognize the grapes.
Yes, but she definitely recognizes how people handle her. So learning how to work with Siesta is a long process. You don't get to do that until you actually have been working around her for a while. So I handle her the exact same way as all of the other staff biologists at Wild Wonders Outdoor Theater. That makes her feel comfortable, and then she is happy to come out and do things like this.
And peeling back the curtain for our friends, this is Zoobilee after all. We're reimagining. Behind the curtains, when you came out with Siesta, the transportation method was adorable. It was basically a front-side backpack. Is that how Siesta likes to be transported?
Yes, it sure is. She wraps her hind legs around my waist, and then I hold on to her front claws like this, and we can walk all around the zoo like that if we need to. So I'm basically a mobile tree for her. So she doesn't have to do any work. I'll just take her to all the good parties.
Is Siesta asleep or awake right now? No, I can see her moving. She is moving.
She's totally awake.
I assume they're not nocturnal?
I like to say they're non-urnal, which is not an actual word, but they will wake up kind of any time to eat, and they'll spend most of their time awake will be spent eating, and then they'll go back to sleep. So if they wake up in the middle of the night, they'll get a midnight snack and go back to sleep. If they wake up in the middle of the day, same thing, mid-afternoon snack and then go back to sleep.
Well, I've got some serious goals here for 2020. That lifestyle sounds all right. Do they live, when you have them at the zoo, are they kind of solitary? Or because you said they're not really social, will she hang out in her own space?
Yeah, so at the zoo, she does live by herself.
Okay.
She has a great big enclosure where she's got room to climb around as much as she wants. And then, of course, we also bring her out onto zoo grounds. Now, at this time of year, she doesn't get out as much because it's just kind of chilly out there. But during the summer, she gets out pretty much every day so that people can get that kind of barrier-free experience with getting to see her. Now, sloths on display, kind of boring. They're lumps of fur. But a sloth out, either on my waist or hanging out in a tree like this, they're very engaging, and you can really interact with the keeper who has her and learn the things that you want to learn about sloths.
I know you get to work with all sorts of amazing animals. How long did it take you to get over the fact that you're hanging out with a sloth, that she rides around on you like a front-side backpack?
I'm not over it yet. I hope I never get over that. It's one of the most exciting and wonderful things about my job is the relationship that I get to build with all kinds of amazing animals. And it's an incredible experience. It makes all of some of the not so fun stuff that goes along with being a zookeeper totally worth it.
And this is the part where we acknowledge that doing what you do is not easy. It's highly expertise, and it does come with some growing pains as well. The support that folks are showing us tonight by showing up in a super unusual year. I don't think Siesta even knows.
She has not noticed at all.
I wish we could all be there. But the importance of the fundraising we're doing tonight to be able to support Siesta, the work you're doing, how important is it?
It is incredibly important. Earlier this year, the Zoo Society was able to help us keep our seasonal staff, which, especially in my area, was such an incredible benefit for the welfare of these animals. We are absolutely dedicated to taking the very best care of them, and the Zoo Society has been supporting us in just unforeseen and extraordinary ways this year, and we are incredibly grateful. So sorry if it's just so important, and we can't express enough how much your support really means to us.
That's why we're here tonight. Sarah and Siesta, grapes, prunes, to go around. If Siesta doesn't eat all those, I might get some a little bit later. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for bringing Siesta. I know a lot of people watching are very jealous. I know, I've never been this close either. And yes, even cuter in person. And yes, I know the temptation to say, I want one, but you've just heard from the experts, you don't want Siesta as a pet. We want to keep them safe. And that's why we're here at Zoobilee, raising money for the very best cause there is. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Siesta, thank you.
She says you're welcome.
Not even starstruck at all. Ron?
Wow, how cool is that? Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you, Siesta and Sarah. Wow, and good to know. I didn't know that sloths enjoyed napping and French fries as much as I did. So you learn something every day. And this is going to be a fun event tonight. We promise not to sloth through too much of it. See what I did there? That's a little joke inserted there. Hey, and while I work on my next joke, please welcome to your screen the board president of the Zoo Society, Heather Parkinson Firestein.
Good evening and welcome to Zoobilee Re-Imagined. My name is Heather Parkinson Firestein, and it's my privilege to welcome you to Zoobilee Re-Imagined. This evening we're supporting animal care, and I am inviting you to spend generously to help the animals at the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. In today's world, with so many things that we can't control, this is definitely a place where you can make a difference. So on behalf of the board, the society, and the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium staff, I want to thank you in advance for giving generously. Enjoy your evening.
We already are. Thank you, Heather. Thanks to the entire Zoo Society board for your leadership during these highly unusual times. It's so important. Remember, folks, by the way, the super silent auction is closing at 7:15. There are some amazing items perfect for the upcoming fall season. Look for those items labeled super silent. You have just a moment.
That's right. And again, if you haven't gotten set up to bid and donate yet, please do that now. It's imperative. And watch the show on your bigger screen. Grab a second screen like a phone or a tablet.
Inflatable in your neighborhood.
That's right. You can relax. And you go to zoobilee2020.ggo.bid. If you have any questions, just reach out to us in the YouTube chat. How about that?
It's already underway. Check in. Let us know who you're hanging out with. And while you're bidding, we want to thank our sponsors for their continuing support. Even through all of the changes this year, we know it'd be easy for you to pull up stakes, but no, you didn't. And we want to thank you. We want to thank our diamond sponsor, Tote Maritime, for their long-standing support of the zoo for many years, including the zoo's preschool, the Pacific Seas Aquarium, and event sponsorship just like tonight. Thank you so very much to Tote. And also thank you to our gold. That's right, our gold, silver, and bronze sponsors tonight. First, our gold sponsors, Columbia Bank, which is where I keep my gold. That works. Gordon Thomas. Big thank you to Honeywell. Thanks to Wells Fargo. And to Union Avenue Compounding Pharmacy.
Hey, and also thanks to our silver sponsors, Auto Warehousing Company, Davies Pearson PC, Artistic Plastic Surgery Center, and Propel Insurance.
And a big thank you to our bronze sponsors, AHBL, the Rush Companies, the Old Cannery Warehouse, love it, and Jennifer L. Unrau, CPA and Associates. Huge thank you to all of you.
Big thank yous. And we also would like to recognize our media sponsors and partners, 253 Lifestyle Magazine, Gig Harbor Living Local, Showcase Magazine, and VSG Marketing.
All right, a big hand to all of our generous sponsors for making this event happen. We don't mean it. Don't wash your hands for 20 seconds after you give them a hand. You know, all of the rules here in 2020. We really could not make this happen without you, so thank you so much. We want to do something fun in the chat right now because we want to make sure that you're paying attention, you're loose, you're ready before we jump into the live auction. Someone is going to win a full zoo membership. That's a $160 value. In pandemic terms, that's about $3,000. Yeah. So to win, just be the first to answer a trivia question correctly using the YouTube chat. You're already there. Everybody ready? You got to be the first to answer. Ready? Here we go.
That's right. In the chat on the side there, here's your question that you're going to answer. The fastest wins. Now, you know that Point Defiance has 2 aquariums, Pacific Seas Aquarium and South Pacific Aquarium, filled with beautiful fish. So let's ask some fish trivia. How about that? Now, one of the most famous fish in the world is, of course, Nemo. Finding Nemo, we love Nemo.
I was thinking Wanda, but Nemo, more famous, you're right.
It's a little earlier reference there. And although some may call Nemo an anemone fish.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say. Some call it that. I rarely do. But what is the more common name of Nemo's type of fish? That's right, the more general term for Nemo's type of fish. Here we go. Start typing it into the YouTube chat. The first person that answers correctly is going to win a $160 zoo membership
on the line.
That's
right now. We're looking at the chat just like you are. Some answers are starting to come in. We got to see if somebody gets the right answer.
That's right. It's just the common term. It's not the phylum or the any of that stuff. Right. You got it. I know you got this. I know someone out there knows the answer. It's Nemo's type of fish. It's a certain kind of fish. And I'll give it.
And I see an answer. Is Milena the very first? Are we going to award Milena? Staten says it's a clownfish. And she's right. So if you're friends with Milena, I'd butt her up. She's got a membership.
That's right. You want to go to the zoo with her. Congratulations,
Way to
Milena. Go. Fantastic.
So that's how it works, folks. Stay close. We're going to give away 2 more prizes later here in the evening. And a reminder, that super silent auction closes, well, it's already closed, technically. The live auction items, those are up for bid right now, too. So keep bidding, folks.
That's right. So congratulations to all our silent auction winners. But as he said, before we get to the auction, we're going to welcome another special guest from the zoo. That's right. We're going to welcome Suzanne Ackerman with Forrest.
Now, you're Suzanne, you're Forrest.
Right.
This is amazing. We were standing next to a sloth a minute ago, which is like a bucket list item. Owls. Who does not love owls? The look Forrest is giving me.
Does not love owls?
Hey.
I like what you did
all right,
there.
Suzanne.
Yeah,
what should we
that's
know?
my
What kind of
humor.
owl is this? This is amazing.
Forrest is called a Eurasian eagle owl, and they're one of the largest types of owls in the world. So he's definitely very impressive when the visitors get to see him up close in a situation where there's not a barrier in front of them. And it's one of the funnest things to share about an owl that we have them here in Washington. So even though we don't have Eurasian eagle owls like Forrest, having that connection with an owl when they're visiting the zoo, they can then bring that home and think about where they might be able to see an owl in person out in the wild here in Washington. So keep
Owls
that connection going.
Are so mysterious. You know, they command respect and fear. You can never quite figure out what's going on. The look Forrest was just giving me. Is Forrest going to do that thing where it turns its head all the way around right now?
So he can turn his head not quite all the way around, but he can go 270 degrees, which is about 3/4. So he can look that way, he can look behind him, and he could turn and look again at me, and then he could do the same thing the other direction. And there's a really good reason for that. And we like to show the kids a little exercise. You can try it too, Chris. If you hold your head still and then try and look up and down and side to side without moving your head at all, you're just moving your eyeballs in your head. You don't have to move your whole face because we have eyeballs. They're kind of ball-shaped. Forrest can't do that.
Okay.
Forrest doesn't have eyeballs. Forrest has eye tubes. So they're very long. They're almost like if you imagine pop can shaped. And because of that, there's no space in his skull to be able to turn his eye at all. So when he wants to look at something else, he can't turn his eyeball, he has to turn his whole face. So it's really useful to be able to look not quite 360, but 270 degrees to be able to see what's going on around him and take it all in. They do have excellent vision.
Well, when I tell my daughters they have eye tubes, I'm going to say, an expert told me. I'm not making that up.
That's
it might sound like I am. What makes Forrest unique? I mean, this is an impressive specimen.
Yeah, well, they get the name eagle owl because since they're one of the largest owls, they also have some of the largest talons, and they have the strength and really the grip that's the same as some types of eagles. So,
So you're not wearing
really
an
special.
isotoner. That's protective.
And it's not that I'm worried that Forrest is going to ever try to do any damage, but just from sitting on me like I'm a tree, he could definitely do some damage. But it's also more comfortable for him if I wear the glove. He's got a little more to grip onto since he is a rather weighty bird to be able to hold himself on there a little bit better.
I was going to say, what does he eat? Because, you know, we've got it. Spoiler alert, that's a virtual background, ladies and gentlemen. We're not actually in the remote wild right now. He's not going to find something he wants to eat back there, is he?
No. So they are strict carnivores, meat eaters, and excellent hunters. So at the zoo, we give him, you might want to put down your forks, folks out there if you're still eating.
Yes.
Rat is one of his favorites. He also likes mice, day-old chicks, and sometimes quail. Those are his usual delicacies that he enjoys eating. So even though we enjoyed watching Siesta the sloth eat her treats today, I decided to leave the rat at the zoo and not let you guys enjoy that today.
Thank you. We'd like to sleep tonight, so thank you for that.
Yeah. That's yet another one of the dirty jobs that we zookeepers do so that you don't have to.
Well, and tell us about your job. I mean, what is caretaking for Forrest like? I mean, whenever I've seen owls at the zoo, you know, they're up in their perch doing their thing. How much maintenance is there? How much interaction?
Forrest in particular was hand-raised by us at the zoo. So he's about 15 years old now, and some of us have known him all 15 years of his life. So when we go in the morning, he usually will give a little hoot to let us know, greetings, it's one of my friends or family who's coming to visit me today. And then we'll perch him out in the either sunshine or if it's raining, he doesn't mind because he's a very hardy species of owl that likes all types of weather. So he'll get to be outside enjoying the weather. And a couple times a day, he'll have one of us trainers and handlers come and take him to meet visitors. And he gets to see the sights of the zoo and listen to the sounds of the zoo. And when it's show season, he gets to perform for audiences as well.
Visually, they're obviously very stoic and silent, and they representative major Ivy League universities. How intelligent are they, or is that something that we have just fabricated because owls look the part?
Yeah, they look the part. You always see them on TV in cartoons and things. They're like
the wisest.
in libraries. Yes, they're wearing glasses. They're very studious. And it's not so true. Yeah, so
Kids, we learned something. It's a teachable moment.
Yeah, they have that reputation, but I was talking about their eyes earlier. Their eyes are very large, and there's a lot of space in their skulls also dedicated to their hearing, which is excellent. So if you combine those two things, and a lot of what you're looking at with his head is just feathers. His skull is very small. There's really not a lot of room left for a brain in there. But it's okay because owls are really hardwired for what they do. So he's an excellent hunter, and that's really all he needs to be really good at. So as long as his ears and his eyes are honed in and working really well, then he doesn't need to do a lot of problem solving, calculus, anything like that. So he doesn't really have to be the wise old owl. There are other types of birds that are much smarter than owls. Crows and parrots, even chickens are quite a bit smarter than owls.
Now,
Sorry, Forrest.
Is Forrest social? I mean, again, they're almost always silent. They're observing. They look like maybe they're even judging me a little bit. I think Forrest has already formed an opinion on me already tonight.
He might.
Yeah, Forrest, yes.
Yeah.
To clarify.
So he's social with us because he was raised by people.
Right.
He either thinks maybe we're all owls or that he's a person, hard to say. He thinks that he's one of us. So he is social in that way with us, but you're right, he's a little bit stoic. He's certainly not going to come over to us to get affection the way that our pet cats and dogs might do, but he is certainly willing to step onto the glove when we come up to him. He knows, hey, it's time to go do something fun. This is a trainer I know, and let's go to it. And then he shows us that by stepping onto the glove.
They're really amazing just to look at. You mentioned that Forrest is an example of an owl that we don't have here. We are, of course, raising funds tonight. We're trying to support the zoo. How important is it, not just for people to be educated and to get up close and personal and to see and to learn about an animal like Forrest, but how important is it to you, certainly in 2020, for us to continue to champion the zoo and to raise money tonight to make sure that our friends like Forrest are well taken care of?
It is so important to be able to continue the type of programming that we do at the zoo, to be able to have people meet animals like Forrest in person in ways they would never be able to do otherwise. And it really starts with that personal connection with an animal, being able to see it and experience it. And that is something that they can then take with them. That's that spark that really begins there. Could be their love of nature. It could be the desire to start getting out and hiking more. And as I was saying, they could actually see an owl out in the wild. All those experiences with one individual owl can then expand to loving a whole species, saving whole habitats. So it can really just grow from there. And we're just so appreciative of what the Zoo Society does for us that really allows us to bring animals like Forrest to be up close and personal with people so that we can really ignite that spark in them.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for sharing Forrest with us here.
Of course.
On Zoobilee. Ron, my eye tubes are turning to you.
That's right. Again, yes, thank you, Suzanne and Forrest. And you know, we're all here to step up for Zoobilee. I think the new term should be step onto the glove. That's a new term for 2020 that we'll all be using. Step onto the glove, everybody. Now, you do some amazing work with animals and have the coolest job, like you all do. But before we give you the opportunity to give those of you at home, let's finish the bidding on our first 4 live auction items. That's right, we have a number of auction items live up on the up for you to bid on right now, and we're going to take a look at items 1, 2, 3, and 4, which we're going to close together in just over 4 minutes. Now I'm talking about item number 1, the breakfast with the meerkats. Item 2, camping by Airstream.
Yeah.
Item 3, the under the sea dinner for 8 in the Pacific Seas Aquarium. And item number 4, flipping the switch at the 2020 Zoo Lights opening. Now to help you bid, we're about to put a countdown timer up that will have 4 final minutes to bid on these 4 items. And if you need a little help bidding, I got a pro tip for you. You can set a maximum bid by clicking Bid More on any item. Click Bid More and you'll have 2 choices.
Pro tip.
You can bid more instantly, or you can click Max Bid and the computer will automatically bid for you each time you're outbid, all the way up to your max bid. Takes all the guesswork out of it and you can relax. So set that max bid high because you don't want to get outbid. And if you're not 100% sure that you're seeing the most recent bids, you can always refresh your bidding page. All right, that's a lot of info, but I think everybody is ready to start bidding on these 4 items, finishing the bids. So how about we put 4 minutes up on the clock? Here we go, on your mark, get set, and bid.
We're going to keep up this pace. I think you should change your auctioneer name to Max Bid.
Max Bid,
It's got
that's
a ring
me.
to it.
That's
We're going to
right.
talk about these items 1 through 4 while everybody's bids. We've got the clock, it's already running, so we're going to start with number 1. That's breakfast with the meerkats.
Ooh, this
You
is
don't
a
even
good
need to
one.
explain it, but we will. You and 7 guests are going to get the unique experience of dining with some of the desert's most social mobs. You know, you love them. There's shows about it in the Meerkats Cave at the zoo. That's where you'll be. One of the Kids Zone keepers will guide you through the enrichment project, answer all your questions, get to enjoy your breakfast while the meerkats explore the enrichment made by you. How fun is this? Big thanks to Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium and Lancer Catering. Who wants to go dine with the meerkats?
In fact, let's take a look right now. This is actual live bidding here, folks. We've got, look at Stephen Chapman, nice bid there, but oh my goodness, you have just been outbid by Emily C. Buman. Emily's gonna take it. Oh, but Stephen Chapman,
duking it
he
out.
wants it that badly. Oh, we got a new sheriff in town, Fred Northup Jr. It's going back and
Hey.
forth, folks, but it looks like Stephen might have it. Yes, Stephen is currently in first place with this item. Don't get outbid. You wanna outbid Stephen. Stephen, you
Clock's
wanna
ticking.
outbid them. While you're bidding on that, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
item number
tonight's
2?
second item, camping by Airstream. This is for 4 of you. It's a fully stocked 27-foot Airstream. It's going to be yours for a 3-day, 2 nights on a private property there in Vaughan, Washington. A cool property. If you haven't been out to Vaughan, you got to get away. Get out there. Do it in an Airstream. When you arrive, everything's going to be set up. You just show up and relax and unwind. You sit back. In your second night there, Chef Steve Anderson, by the way, from the Zoo Society board president, is going to cook your amazing meal over an open fire. After dinner, you enjoy s'mores under the stars. Huge thanks to Nick and Heather Firestein. This is a cool opportunity.
Fantastic, yeah, and Scott and Lisa Johnson and Chef Steve Anderson as well. Let's take a look at the bidding on this item. Michelle Warrender, you are looking pretty good, except you've just been outbid by Think Frink Home Team. The home team
This is
really
for
wants to get out.
4.
Oh, that home team is going to enjoy it, except...
James Gowell, if you're James's buddy, I would start buttering up because he's got somebody to take with him out
That's
into the
right,
wild.
James just outbid Think Frink and Lori. James Gal, you're currently in lead. You are in
$50
command.
separation.
But all it takes is someone to outbid you, so you never know. Keep your eye on those bids, and let's take a look at item number
2 minutes
3.
to go, 2 items to go. Item number 3, under the sea dinner for 8 in the Pacific Seas Aquarium. This is before dinner. You're going to explore the Pacific Seas Aquarium with an aquarium specialist, see what it's like above the tanks. Very cool. And then, of course, enjoy appetizers, special Woodford Reserve bourbon tasting experience in the Northwest Waters Gallery. How fun is that? Then you're going to venture down to the Baja Bay for an exquisite dinner with hammerheads and eagle rays and sea turtles swimming above you. This is one of those bucket list opportunities.
We've got Robert Cantrell in all caps. He's serious about this. He wants
I don't know if he's yelling or he's excited. Robert
he's
Cantrell is
excited.
bidding.
But Chris Gustafson has just outbid. Oh, but now John S. Duchette has outbid both of them, except Robert Cantrell in
No,
all
Robert's
caps
right
is
back on top.
Keep those caps big. If anybody else wants to outbid him, now's your chance. You only got a minute left. And how about our final item in this round?
1 item remaining in this cluster, 1 minute remaining. Number 4 is the first time offering, by the way, so take advantage. Do you love turning on the Christmas lights every year? You know, that Clark Griswold moment. This is your item. 2020 is going to be a little different, but it can still be twinkly, can still be sparkly.
Very cool.
What a cool opportunity to flip the switch at Zoo Lights, Friday, November 27th. It's just around the corner. You will be in charge. You will flip the switch. You'll play Clark Griswold. You're going to get coffee, hot chocolate, goodies in the patio for Lancer's Cafe overlooking the beautiful lights
Goodness.
there. What a cool opportunity to flip the switch.
Wow, we've had about 25 seconds left. Looks like Jamie Dembeck. No, Fred Northup Jr. No, Jamie Dembeck
She's
is back in
outbid him.
first place. Goodness me, we've got about
Jamie's
18
to lose.
seconds left. Let's take a look at item number 1 and see where that is at. Stephen Chapman, you are still holding strong, but he could be outbid. Let's take a look at the second item as well. You got 10 seconds, folks. James, you are looking good in
James
item
Gall's
2. How
on
about
top.
item number 3? Who is going to win this cool item? Oh, John Duchette has just outbid. All caps, Robert. Robert, step up. Time is almost up. In fact,
There, moments ago.
that is the end. We're going to close our first 4 items. Wow, that was
As the
exciting.
kids would say, pew, pew, pew. That's the
They would.
air siren.
Yes,
Closed.
that's right. It is done. It is finished. And so congratulations to our winners on
Yeah.
all of those 4 items. You're going to have a great time.
Now you know how this works. We're going to get back to some live auction items in just a few, so be ready. You see how quick it goes, so be ready to give. But now we shift gears and pace a little bit. This is going to be more of the siesta pace as we get your attention, because this is the most important part of the night. This is why we are all here. Before we raise our paddle to make 100% tax-deductible donations, please take a look at this short video.
I'm Alan Varsic, and I'm the director here at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. I've been with Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium for 4 years and been working in zoos and aquariums for about 35. This year has been unlike any year in my career. And I think it's true for everybody that we've never experienced anything quite like this. And for Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium, it's been especially challenging. You know, we are dependent on our operational revenue and our guests coming to visit. And so being closed for a few months has had traumatic influences on our revenues, and even now in our modified state of operations with an unknown future, it's incredibly challenging for us. So we've had to take some steps that I didn't think we'd ever have to take in my career, of really identifying those roles that are essential to our viability into the future. So that has meant laying off of some of our part-time staff, some of our full-time staff. So roughly I'm anticipating that we're going to be down about 15% of our full-time staff by the end of the year. The challenge for us is that 70% of our operations are about caring for our animals. And you know, when people ask me, gee, how is the zoo doing? I have to tell them, okay. But you have to remember, we can't furlough our animals. We have that same level of care every day, regardless if we're open or closed. So that's been a real challenge. We've had to prioritize that, and I'm really proud of how we've responded, because I don't feel we've lessened the quality of our care in any way. But we do have a challenge moving forward of ensuring that that continues.
Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Goodrow-Beck, and I'm the General Curator here at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. What that means is I'm basically in charge of oversight of all the animals, animal care, and the staff that work with the animals. So during the time of COVID, it's presented us with some significant challenges for animal care. A lot of times we do things in pairs or teams, and now we have to try and find ways to stay further apart. And we also have challenges with some of the species that are actually susceptible to COVID, and we certainly don't want to make them ill. So we've had to modify how we work with some of the animals as well. And that can be really challenging, because part of providing excellent animal care is having a great relationship, not only with the staff, with each other, but also with those animals. And when you can't get up close to them or work with them as intimately as you used to, it's a real challenge for us. The staff here at Point Defiance are simply remarkable. They do show up every day. Animal care never stops. It's 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, every day. Holidays, bad weather, horrific smoke, even a pandemic where people were told to stay home. These staff did not stay home. They showed up for the animals. They're so passionate. It's what drives them. It's what makes them tick. Here we are, this fabulous facility that not only do we have great animals and a beautiful horticultural setup and the best view probably in the world of Puget Sound and Mount Rainier, but we also have a staff that interact with the community, with our visitors, through doing close encounters with our animals, our conservation engagement staff, interacting with people, presenting programs. This is something that is so unique to Tacoma and to all of South Puget Sound. It really is a shining star, a jewel for us in this community. We have people come now that when they remember when they were kids coming to the zoo and share their memories.
I mean, these are certainly serious times for us. You know, we are been in that situation where we're always evolving who we are to better achieve our mission, to better connect our audience with nature and how we influence nature. Well, this experience has really brought that to the surface, because we need to have that appreciation now more than ever. We need to be more culturally relevant than we've ever been before. And there's a specific need out there. And we do that via our animals. Our animals are the storytellers, and taking good care of them is critical to us. So I'm especially concerned about how we will both continue that care and evolve to be the zoo and aquarium of the future. We really need your help in moving forward and to ensure that we're here next year, that we're here 5 years from now, and that our animals receive great care every step of the way.
As you just heard from Alan and Dr. Karen, our zoo has been facing significant challenges this year. Because of the support from our community, which includes many of you, our Zoo Society has been able to step up to ensure that our animals have continued to receive the highest quality animal care and health care. And with that support, our amazing zoo staff, several of whom you just met earlier this evening, we've been able to make sure that they're able to provide that care as safely as possible. But these challenges are going to continue, and it looks like they're going to continue well into next year. So tonight, our animals need your help. As you've heard from Alan, our animals didn't get furloughed. And as I like to say, they also didn't get the memo about the pandemic, so they still need your support. You can ensure that our animals continue to receive the care they need and deserve. We know this pandemic has actually affected many of you very negatively, so that we know some of you aren't in a position to consider donating this evening. That's okay. If that's the case, we thank you for joining us and allowing us to share more of our zoo's story with you tonight. But for those of you who are in a position to consider a gift tonight, now is your time to ensure that our zoo's mission and work continues to thrive. You can ensure the ongoing high-quality care, animal and health care for our animals and our extraordinary zoo staff, whom you did get to meet earlier. Thank you so much from all of us, and especially from our animals. And now I'm going to hand you back to Chris and Ron to get us started. Thanks.
You. Boy, that's why we're here, folks. This is what it comes down to. Tonight, we're asking you to dig deep, to support the animals, the staff at the Points Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. Again, go to zoobilee2020.ggo.bid. Click the button that says support the animals at the zoo. It's that simple.
It is. It's very simple. In fact, we're going to make it very easy for you to dig deep. We have a very exciting announcement. We have a $50,000 match. That's right. He said $50,000. And we want to thank James and Karen Victor and an anonymous donor for their amazing support tonight.
Wow.
What this means is that all gifts tonight will be matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. That's
Fiesta
right.
even just got excited about
Look
that.
at that. That's really cool. Your $2,500 becomes $5,000. Your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $500 becomes $1,000. I could keep going, but I think you get the point. So keep that in mind, folks. We have a match up to $50,000. And in fact, now is the time to start donating. And I'd like to introduce our first level, which is the $5,000 level. If you donate at this level, you could provide fresh produce for the animals, the land and water-based, including sea turtles, for an entire month. So if you can join us at our opening level, $5,000, please do. And remember that $5,000 automatically becomes $10,000 with the match. Let's take a look at the donations that are coming in. Chris, do you have anybody?
We've got some donors coming in. I mean, look, there's people coming in at all levels already, which is amazing. You don't even have to wait for us to get there, ladies and gentlemen, but we're so thrilled to see so many names like Matthew, Shemp showing up, the Immermans, and this is wonderful. And do keep in mind, folks, that everybody, while you're digging deep tonight and you're watching the shows coming in live, we cannot thank you enough. You heard all the stats in there. 70% of the operational cost goes right to these animals and caring for them. They don't get to take the time off. They can't put things on hold. There is no furlough. So this means a ton what you're doing right now, and it's amazing to see these results coming in as we speak, Ron.
That's right. And of course, we have many levels to fit all needs and all abilities. And let's take a look at our next level. It's the $2,500 level.
Cut in half.
Now, if you donate $2,500, obviously, as I've already said, it's going to double to $5,000. But your generosity can feed, for example, the tigers for a whole month. So that's the $2,500 level. Let's see, we have more people to thank coming in there. Chris, who do you see?
We've got some familiar names here. You see Sean Kabeting, Ruth Irwin, Svoboda. We got Matthew Shemp, a familiar name in there as well. Sarah Oliver's also jumping in on this. I mean, the great news is we see a long list of names of people who didn't even wait for us to ask
Correct,
It just
yes.
jumped in and gave from the heart, and we love that.
And that's what you can do right now. Just jump right in, because now's the time, and remember the matching funds.
Amazing.
And in fact, let's now roll into our next level, which is the $1,000 level. At $1,000, your donation can feed Suki the elephant, for example. Suki the elephant for an entire month. That's the $1,000 level. That's right.
I thought that'd be like one sandwich for Suki.
No. See what your donations can do. That's the impact.
Yeah.
We have a few more names coming in there, Chris.
Casey Walker checking in, Shanna Osmer checking in, Jennifer Barfield is because she did it in all caps.
All
So I
caps.
just wanted to bring back the energy that you were giving us, Jennifer. Thank you. Nancy Stuck, Sarah Oliver. These are just some of the heroes already giving.
That's right. And again, your donation is doubled automatically. And whatever level suits your ability, it all adds up to a big number, and it is all incredibly appreciated. In fact, our next level is the $500 level. At the $500 level, your donation can purchase heavy-duty enrichment toys for Blizzard, the polar bear. And Blizzard needs some heavy-duty toys, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. More names coming in, like one of our friends of the program here tonight, Jennifer Unrow, saying, I'm going to give anyways. David Smith checking in.
Thank you, David.
Ken Ragsdale checking in with a $1,000 donation right there. Again, you don't even have to wait. I love that people are just jumping ahead and saying, I'm just going to give right now.
That's right. The generosity on display is impressive. Let's take a look at the next level. It's $250, and for $250, you could feed all of the sharks for one day, or you could feed the musk ox for 1 week. All of this is very important, and it all adds up, as I said. Looks like we have another donation.
Karen Goodrow Beck jumping in, saying, I want to be a part of it. I want to care for the animals and the staff. I understand the need. You can join it, folks. It's right there on your screen. You have that ability. We're
Indeed.
bringing the show right to you.
Thank you, Karen. Hey, we've only got 2 levels left. It's the $100 level next, and that covers annual vaccines for penguin chicks. Very, very important.
How cute is that, by the way?
Incredible. I mean, the little penguin chicks, they need their vaccines.
Absolutely.
Gotta
We
have
know
them.
that you know that, and we know that you care. So consider doing that. That's the $100 level.
That's right. And our last official level is the $50 level. And when you donate $50, you could provide 2 foraging toys for our macaw, allowing the macaw to use the same skills that they would use in the forest to search for and extract food from a tree. Those are the kinds of things that you will support with the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium.
You could do all that. I don't even think you could get parking in Tacoma for
you
$50.
could. No, not for more than
You
15
could help the
minutes.
animals. Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, folks, any level, all levels, and keep them coming. We're going to keep it open longer, so your time is not up yet, but keep those donations coming. In fact, I see another one there appearing at the very top.
Cameron Moorhead checking in saying, me and Michelle Hunter coming in live as well. Thank you so much, truly. We know this is an unusual year, as we said. Not everybody's in a position to give, but some of you given just enough, and thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you all. And a big round of applause for everyone who supported tonight. I want you all to take your hand and put it like this and just give yourself a big pat on the back, because you did a great job, and the jobs are
Then go
still
wash your
coming
hands.
in.
You know the rules.
Hey, and a reminder, this is another important tip, that if you work for a company that will match your donation and you know who you are, please make sure that you talk to your employer this week so that they can do that.
Just send an email to your HR. A lot of people don't know to do that, and you don't realize the company you're working for will take this donation and double it.
That's right. So it just adds up to an even bigger number for tonight. But before we close, let's take a look at our next group of live auction items. Back into the live. This includes the painting that we'll bring on the stage, and another giveaway using another prize using the YouTube chat. So before we take a look at that final
Before we jump back
collection,
into the live
that's right.
auction.
Before we jump back into that, we're going to have another chance to win some tickets this time
Two
to
tickets.
Zoo Lights. 2 tickets to Zoo Lights. And again, this is going to be a question for you to answer in the live chat. So for this question, tickets to Zoo Lights, to win these, what we're looking for is for you to put in the chat an emoji of your favorite animal. Your favorite animal, it doesn't really matter, just your animal. First animal we see in the chat is going to win 2 tickets to Zoo Lights. And so we're waiting here. Your favorite animal, I want to see the emoji of that. And I'll tell you what, our chat here, I hope it looks like a zoo here, filled up with all kinds of animals.
I think it's going to be a
sorts.
monkey. Let's see if I'm right.
Monkey? I think it's going to be some kind of a fowl. I just got a feeling
Could be an
about
owl.
that. Oh, an
Could be a
owl, a
forest.
fowl, you never know.
Could be a sloth.
So here we go. It
This is
looks
their
like
year.
we're scrolling down. Who wants to win those
First
2 tickets
one.
to Zoo Lights? They're coming in. We're going to see. All you got to do is
There it is.
There it
Yin
is.
yang.
It's a panda bear.
We should have seen it coming. Of
Yin
course it's a
Yang
panda.
Golly won.
I'm with you, Yin
We'll
Yang.
find.
Way to go.
Yes, we'll find out your real name there. So it's okay. What you need you to do now is just to send your contact info. They'll take care of you on that. But congratulations,
Way
you
to
won
go.
our 2 tickets tonight. 2 tickets to Zoo Lights, opening Friday, November 27th.
Ooh, just around the bend. Who
That's
doesn't need a little more sparkle in our lives right
yeah.
now?
Oh, it's going to be
okay?
so beautiful, and it's outside.
We've got more giveaway, by the way, at the end of the program, which is just a couple of moments away.
Stick around. And in fact, now we're going to get to our next group of live auction
Ooh,
items.
okay.
I'm talking about items 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to give you only 3 minutes this time because there's 3 items. So we're going to get that timer set. We're not going to start it quite yet. But Chris, what do you have to say?
Before 5, 6, and 7. Number 5, we just did the preview, the Ivy Cottage in the Yorkshire Dales. Number 6, have a seat at the zoo. We're going to tell you all about that. Number 7 is the amazing Sumatran tiger painting called Hutan.
This is a great one. So now we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock, everybody. And remember, the best way to win an item, just set that max bid. Click bid more on any
Click it.
item. Set a really high max bid, and your device will take care of the
Don't
bidding.
be
Every
sorry.
time you're outbid, you can relax and enjoy. The computer will take care of it for you. So
Only the computer knows what you're prepared to
that's
spend.
right.
So set
But
that max
you'll be
bid.
set. So
Okay,
Chris,
ready?
are you ready? Is everybody else ready? We got the
minutes.
timer up. On your mark, get set. Bid! Here we go. Chris, tell us
All
about
right,
these
here we go.
items.
We're going to talk about these next 3 items here. Number 5 is that trip across the Atlantic to a cottage in the Yorkshire Dales in the UK. 2-bedroom cottage located in the town of Grassington. All right, I'll drop that, but pretty convincing, right?
Yeah,
This
certainly-
is where they shot the PBS
Downton
Masterpiece Theater version of All Creatures Great and Small. You probably saw that and went, that's so beautiful. You can go there. Many of the cottages in Grassington, Ivy Cottage is an old miner's cottage dating back to the 1700s. You're in history. Spend the whole week exploring the amazing countryside, an array of charming pubs, of course, to grab a pint. To help you get there, get a $1,000 travel voucher with Delta Airlines.
Wow.
Big thanks to board member Sue Maurman for setting up this goodie.
$1,000 with Delta. Well, this is great. We'll help get you there as well. We've got the bids coming in fast and furious. Michelle Hunter, you are looking pretty good there. Let's scroll down just a little bit there. Whoops. Yeah, oh, look at that. Todd Williams, you've taken the next one. Mrs. Wendy O'Neill is taking it, but oh my gosh, this is fast and
John.
furious. John Holterman is
not
looking
so
good.
fast.
Looking like you got a trip in store for you.
Wendy,
we'll
he's
find
only
out.
got you beat by $150.
That's
Set
right.
that max bid, quick.
Just keep bidding, folks.
All right.
Hey, let's talk about the next item.
Yes,
Chris.
number 6, we have a seat at the zoo.
I love this one.
You'll all need to sit down at the zoo. This item has already seen a ton of bidding. It's very popular, so let's see how much we can raise for the zoo. Enjoy your own seat at the zoo, featuring a customized plaque affixed to one of the benches located right there at the center of the zoo. This is legacy. One-of-a-kind legacy gift for you, for family. Could be in honor of someone who wants to make a lasting impression right there at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. Your name on a bench there.
That's right. This is so special. You just can't get this. This is your only chance to do this, and so do not miss out, folks. Put your name, a loved one's name, anybody's name that you want. It will be there in perpetuity
Look
at
at this.
the
We've got a
zoo.
duel going on already.
Oh my gosh, back and forth. Elizabeth and Mrs. Janet T. Carlson. Oh, back and forth. They are.
Literally,
Who's going to win?
It was Elizabeth, then it was Janet, then it was Elizabeth, then it was Janet.
Elizabeth,
This is like
your
one of those
turn.
Feuds.
You're up, Elizabeth. Do not get outbid because this is a very special one. You don't want to miss out on this bench.
We have 1 minute left in this section. We want to tell you about
And
item
one
number
item.
7. Lucky
Yeah.
number 7, you have a chance to watch its creation. Take a look at this clip featuring the details of painting the eye. Wow, look at this. This is an exquisitely detailed 24 by 24 acrylic original piece created by a local artist, Alexandra de la Cruz of Hutan. And this is the Sumatran tiger from the Melbourne Zoo. Alexandra de la Cruz is a self-taught Mexican-American painter and animal lover from Port Orchard, Washington, right from our neck of the woods. She said, quote, "One of my goals in 2020 is to focus my art towards animal conservation efforts and awareness. So when I decided that I wanted to paint a tiger, it was really important to me that it be a Sumatran tiger like those that our family is so fond of at our local Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium."
Folks, we're almost out of time. We got about 10 seconds left. Look at this beautiful painting. We got bids coming in. Looks like
Unbelievable.
Karen Goodrow currently in first. You could outbid
Heather
her.
Parkinson, you were
We
right
got
there.
4 seconds left. 3
Get in it.
seconds. 2. And it looks like that is going to close
Pew, pew, pew.
our items 5, 6, and 7. Congratulations to all our winners. Can we take a little look at number 6 there again up on the board? Congratulations to all of our winners. Yes, indeed. We will contact you. The bench, the painting, it's all amazing. This was an incredible section of live auction items. And congratulations to all of our winners. And here goes the painting with gloves on, no less. Want to keep
Perfect.
that
This
painting
is very official.
in mint condition. Thank you,
it.
gentlemen.
I didn't even know we had an impressive crew like that. Look at us, Zoobilee. Woo! All right, our final auction groups, 8, 9, 10. These are all going to close together. You know how this works now. Here's the highlight tour. Number 8 is 92.5 morning show. This is Brooke and Jeffrey.
There they
You
are.
always wanted to know how that works. Now you can go in the studio. Number 9 is Stretch Island Staycation. Yes, please. And number 10, to end the night, is a behind-the-scenes experience with the zoo vets at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. Once again, custom opportunities you just can't go by on the street.
And these are our final live auction items. 3 items left. And again, remember, click bid more, set your bids high, max bids, and let's get going on this one. You all know what you're doing. So let's put those 3 minutes up on the clock, and here we go. Get set. On your mark and set, bid. Chris, tell us about our
we've
last
all
items.
wondered, those people on the radio, they make me laugh. What do they look like? What do they really like? How does that job work? How do they always know when to stop talking when the song starts?
Well, now you'll
behind
know.
the scenes,
You'll find out for yourself.
nationally syndicated radio show, Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You'll get to see it. Brooke's going to give you and 3 personal guests a tour of the radio station. They'll even let you talk on the mics. You know, all the stuff you always wanted to do.
Cool.
You get to sit in the studio for a live edition of the popular trivia game, Win Brooks Bucks. Big thanks to Brooke and Jeffrey and 92.5 for that.
WKRP in Cincinnati or something.
right.
Hey, here we got some bids coming in already. We got Debbie Gregory. Oh my gosh, but Mr. Mark Hansen. But we're back to Debbie is now in first place.
It's going to be a radio star. It's
Looking
gonna be
good,
Mark
that's
Hansen
right.
or
Who's
Debbie
got the
Gregory.
voice? Who's got the pipes for the radio? You'll find out. Let's take a look at our next item though, Chris.
Number 9, with 2 minutes remaining, Stretch Island Staycation. Spend a long, relaxing weekend. Channel your inner siesta. Just hang like a sloth there with the staycation. Beautiful grape view. Washington, enjoy gorgeous views of the protected waters of the Case Inlet. This is a private high bank beachfront home. Sleep 6 comfortably or 12 miserably. I'd stick with 6 comfortably. Or just 2 of you, spread out. Everything you want to relax is right there. You get away from city life. You got the stocked fridge, enjoy coffee in a large deck, watching wildlife. You can cozy up with the wood stove, reading your favorite books. Big thanks to Nick and board president Heather Firestein as well, and Scott and Lisa Johnson. What a cool opportunity to go get away, staycation
Fantastic.
style.
Look, the bids are coming in. Oh, Debbie Gregory is back on this. Oh, David Smith and Debbie and David. It is a bidding war between these two. Neck and neck, nail biting. Who's going to
Lori
win? We'll
Laubach
find
was
out.
in it a few minutes ago.
Look at this. Hey, that's a few minutes ago. The
can
past is
scoop right
past.
back
It's
in.
all
You're
about
right.
now. It's
Speaking
all about
of which,
now.
we have just 1 minute remaining. 1 minute and change here as we tell you about our
and one
last
item.
item.
Yeah.
Number 10, Day in the Life of Zoo Medicine. This is the final item of the night and your chance to get up close and personal. What it takes to be a zoo vet. We've seen some of the amazing animals, some of their trainers. Wonder what a zoo veterinarian actually does. Now is your opportunity. This could change a young person's life. Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium, you and 3 guests will have a behind-the-scenes tour of the animal healthcare facility located right there on the property at the zoo. You'll also watch in person an animal exam. You're going to see how this really works. It's incredible experiences. Big thanks to Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium and the animal healthcare team. Bucket list. There is just one
For
offering.
sure. It looks like Mandy Tsui is in ahead right now. Mandy Tsui, commanding lead. You can outbid
But Diana Ortiz was just there, and David Smith is also very clearly interested.
Diana and David, you could be back again. Where were you? Where are you? Come on back. We'd love to have you.
Dr.
Let's take a look
Elizabeth
again.
K. Kamaka is in there too. It's already a doctor and says, I want to know what those doctors
That's
do.
right. How about the item number 8 there? Oh, looks like Mandy. No, it looks like Mr. Mark Hansen is our leader on that
You're
one.
going to be rocking the mic and moving on a 2.5.
That's right, radio, row. How about the next item, number 9? How are we doing on that? David still holding. Debbie, David, it's still holding
We'll
tight
never
with
know
David.
because it's officially history.
It's it,
Those
that's
items,
it, folks.
they've already been sold.
We're gonna
They've
close
gone to the
those.
highest bidder.
But guess what? I've just been told, this is breaking news, folks, that we are able to sell 2 of the item number 9, the Stretch Island Staycation.
Ooh.
And, sorry, what else? And 2 of the Day in the Life
Who's
of
talking
Zoo
to
Medicine. That's right. So our top 2 winners
listening
of
to
both of those
92.5.
items are going to be winning those items, our first and second place. So congratulations to all of our winners of all of our live items this evening.
This is great.
So I promised you one more giveaway, and I want to do that right now.
He's a man of his
How about
word.
you, Chris? Of course, I would
Very
never lie to
rarely
you.
lets me down. Yeah.
Now, whoever answers in the YouTube chat first is now going to win 4 tickets to the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. That's right, 4 tickets. So get your fingers ready to type into the live chat. Here's your question. Now, you met Siesta earlier.
That was the sloth.
That's right. Very sloth who famously given shout outs from the zoo. How many toes does Siesta have on one foot? In other words, Siesta is a what-toed sloth? A blank toed. What is the answer? How many toes? You should know this because I know you were paying attention. She told us a few times. Write it in the chat. We want to know how many toes our sloth had here today.
And Siesta moved slow enough for you to count,
That's right.
if you wanted to.
It's not like you didn't have a lot of opportunity to check out those toes. So here we are, we're waiting. We're going to find that out. Find out our final winner here of the evening. 4 tickets.
All you had to pay was attention.
That's right. That's
the best kind of game.
That's all it costs. So here we go. We're still waiting. That's okay. Do you know the answer? Here we go. It looks like we do have. Now they're coming in fast.
Sneaking in. Look at Grace, quick on the trigger.
Grace Chan is our winner.
A 2-toed sloth.
That's right. 2 toes. Congratulations to Grace Chan. You're going to have 4 tickets. You're going to have a great time. Now, Chris, what else do you have to say?
Yeah, you know what? Believe it or not, we're almost out of time. But before we go, we'd like to spend a special thank you to some folks who could not be with Ron and me here tonight for obvious reasons. First, we want to thank the entire zoo staff, the amazing work that they have done. You've seen them in the videos, working tirelessly throughout the pandemic, starting from day one to care for the animals, the zoo, and of course, Sarah and Suzanne for coming all the way out here to come on stage with us tonight, get put in the hot seat with Siesta and DeForest. And of course, we can't forget to thank the dedicated Zoo Society staff and the board who have rolled up their sleeves and embraced this new virtual reality. It would have been easy to just put this on hold and say, nah, but the zoo can't be put on hold. The animals cannot be furloughed, as they said, and so this is critical, and they have worked so hard to make this night happen just for you. In fact, take a look at this.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining us at the Zoobilee Virtual Gala. I'm Jessie and this is Chiquita, the Southern Tamandua. Those of you that follow the zoo on social media might remember Chiquita from when she was born in August last year. And now she is almost an adult Tamandua. Tamanduas like Chiquita are found in the rainforest in South America. Most of us are familiar with the giant anteaters, but these medium-sized anteaters spend most of their time up in the trees. So you guys might have noticed her amazing prehensile tail she was using to climb around in the branches. That frees up the sharp claws and strong front arms to dig in ants' nests and termite mounds looking for food to eat. Here at the zoo, her favorite treat is actually vanilla-flavored yogurt. So you can see her long, sticky tongue reaching down into the tube to slurp some of it up. And her tongue is actually 16 inches long. Tamanduas, besides eating insects, they will also eat even things like bees and tough insects like leafcutter ants and army ants. When they eat those tough insects, they usually don't stick around too long once the ants start biting. They do have coarse, textured, wiry hair to help protect them from bug bites, but nobody likes to be bitten by an ant. Tamanduas actually don't make very good exterminators, even though they can eat 9,000 ants a night. Once the ants start getting active, tamanduas usually move along, and that ensures that there's always a source of food in their range. So the requests that we get from people at the zoo asking for Chiquita to come and be their exterminator probably wouldn't work very well unless she was coming weekly. Indigenous people in the Amazon do use anteaters like Chiquita to help control the ant and termite populations in their homes. And in fact, Tamandua in the Tupi language means ant trapper. Tamanduas are also sometimes called the stinkers of the forest. And trust me, they are really smelly. They will use that unsavory secretion to mark their territory, and in the daytime when they're asleep, they'll be surrounded by clouds of flies. Also, if a tamandua is threatened by a predator, they can allegedly spray a noxious secretion that is 4 times stronger than skunk spray. And I believe that because Tamandua flatulence is one of the worst things that I have ever smelled in my life. We want to thank you for joining us at the virtual Zoobilee Gala. We really appreciate all of your support through these crazy times. So from all of us at the zoo and Chiquita, we want to say thank you.
Wow.
Hey, wow, folks. I've had a great time tonight. My name's Ron Hippie, alongside the charming Chris Cashman. And on behalf of the zoo and all of the animals that you helped tonight, a heartfelt thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, silent auction's still open. Keep bidding until 9 p.m. tonight when it does close. And don't forget that max bid. Set that on
Lock
your
it.
favorite items, too. And we hope that you enjoyed Zoobilee Re-Imagined this year. Thank you for all the work that you've done. And we will see you at the zoo. Good night.